Welcome back to my channel. Today, what I'm about to share will shake the very foundations of Flagstaff and Utah, and it will forever change the way we view the tangled web between the Browns and the Woolleys. This isn't just a rumor or speculation. This is a storm of legal, financial, and emotional fire that could leave Kody Brown reeling, bankrupt, and exposed in ways he never imagined. Sources close to the situation are whispering about a seismic move. David Woolley has officially entered the game. And make no mistake, he didn't come here to play nice. We're talking about a possible legal notice, a demand for full accounting of Trulli's child support, and the hiring of a forensic accountant to track down every dollar Kody allegedly tried to hide. This is not a drill. This is the moment the Brown family and the fans watching from the sidelines have been waiting for. For years, we watched Kody Brown endure a nightmare. She begged for time, for attention, and yes, for the resources to care for her children. She scrimped, saved grocery money just to visit family, and faced heartbreak after heartbreak. Remember Isabel's surgery? Kody claimed poverty while apparently funding extravagant trips, luxuries for Robyn, and a lifestyle that looked more like a reality TV fantasy than a responsible family budget. But Kody never anticipated David Woolley. David isn't just some passive observer. He's a sharp, calculating businessman with a construction company, contracts, budgets, and profit margins under his belt. And most importantly, he knows when the numbers don't add up. Since marrying Kody, David has been meticulously examining the finances. What he discovered? Something doesn't just not add up. It raises serious red flags. The circulating theory is explosive. David has allegedly issued a formal demand for a full financial accounting regarding Trulli's child support. And he's not stopping at the present. He wants a retroactive investigation, tracking every dollar Kody may have shorted Kody over the last decade. Let that sink in. A decade of potentially mismanaged, misappropriated, or outright stolen family money now under scrutiny. Kody has thrived in shadows for decades, moving funds between wives, prioritizing Robyn, and leaving others to fend for themselves. But in the real world, especially in a court of law, that kind of maneuvering is not just frowned upon. It's potentially criminal. If David Woolley has indeed brought in a forensic accountant, Kody's empire of secrecy is about to crumble. A forensic accountant doesn't just accept what Kody claims. They analyze the lifestyle. They track assets. They scrutinize luxury purchases, million-dollar mansions, designer watches, fine jewelry, and expensive art collections. They ask the question Kody fears most. How can all of this exist on a salary you claim is shrinking? The implications are staggering. We're not just talking about catching up on Trulli's child support. This could expose decades of financial manipulation and fraud. Back payments could amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Kody's hidden wealth, secret accounts, and side business dealings are all under the microscope. And then there's the infamous secret bank account theory. For years, fans have speculated that Kody siphoned off cash from his gun business, a cash-heavy operation with plenty of opportunities to hide money. Rumors suggest this was a personal safety net for him and Robyn, built in anticipation of the other wives' dissatisfaction. Now, David Woolley, with his business acumen and knowledge of financial sleights of hand, is allegedly uncovering what Kody thought could remain invisible forever. This is where the story gets deeply personal. Kody, the woman who sacrificed so much for peace, just wanted out. She sought freedom over money. But David loves Kody. And love, when paired with justice, breeds action. David is reportedly saying, enough. This isn't greed, it's principle. It's about ensuring Trulli receives what is rightfully hers. It's about holding Kody accountable for exploiting a system that was supposed to protect his children. Imagine a timeline stretched over 10 years. A forensic investigation could uncover the Flagstaff move, the purchase of Coyote Pass, down payments on luxury homes, lavish vacations, and a pattern of diverting family funds toward Kody and Robyn's assets, all while neglecting the needs of Kody and her children. If these funds can be traced, the case could escalate to embezzlement, a term that hits hard because this isn't just money, it's the betrayal of trust and responsibility. Psychologically, Kody is reportedly spiraling. He's faced challenges before, but this is different. Money is his power, his control, his identity. And for the first time, he faces someone he cannot gaslight, manipulate, or charm. David Woolley doesn't care about Kody's patriarchal ego. He cares about the numbers. And the numbers, as we know, never lie. This private investigation could also target Kody's gun business, a historically opaque, cash-heavy operation where missing funds are easy to conceal. If David uncovers that money meant for family care was hidden, redirected, or misused, it could become the ultimate smoking gun. At the heart of this story is a deeper truth. Christine wanted peace. David is ensuring justice. Together, they are rewriting the rules, and Kody is being forced to reckon with a reality he never saw coming, losing control, losing face, and facing consequences for his decades of manipulation. The power dynamic is shifting. Kody may have lost a wife, but he has gained an adversary with the resources, knowledge, and determination to expose him fully. And for Truly? For Christine? Justice may finally be on the horizon. Stay tuned, because this is far from over. Every development, every document, every revelation is just the beginning of what could be the most explosive chapter in the Sister Wives saga yet. And here's where it gets truly explosive. We've seen Kody move products, but TLC never touches the books on the show.
Why?
Because Kody keeps it separate, hidden, and opaque. But in a child support case, or any legal battle over assets and back pay, income is income. There's no hiding it. If David's lawyers subpoena those records, Kody's secret stash doesn't just get exposed, it gets obliterated. Insider reports suggest the initial findings are already staggering. There are whispers of unexplained withdrawals from family accounts that perfectly line up with Robyn's shopping sprees, her art acquisitions, and yes, those bizarre, overpriced decor pieces we've all noticed in interviews. If it weren't so infuriating, it would almost be laughable. A direct pipeline of family funds into Robyn's personal indulgences, all traced and documented. And David Woolley? He's allegedly connecting the dots, receipt by receipt, with the precision of a chess master. This is where the legal term unjust enrichment comes into play. For years, Robyn and Kody have benefited unfairly at the expense of Christine and Janelle. But David is framing this as a child support issue for Truly, and that gives him the perfect legal doorway to investigate everything. Child support is tied directly to income and lifestyle. To determine what Kody truly owes, the court needs the full truth about his finances, all the hidden assets, all the off-the-books dealings. And this is the ultimate checkmate. Kody can't simply claim he's broke. Every lavish purchase, every luxury watch, every designer indulgence will be scrutinized. The forensic accountant is going to challenge him. You say you're broke, but you just bought a $40,000 watch. Your wife has a collection of figurines worth more than a car. Explain. It's financial poetic justice, and the beauty of it is, Kody built this trap himself. Had he simply been fair, equitable, and responsible toward his children, none of this would be happening. But his obsession with spoiling Robyn, his greed, and his manipulation of the family pot have led him to this precipice of reckoning. David Woolley isn't the villain in this story. He's the embodiment of karma coming full circle. Picture the scene, the Woolley household versus the Brown McMansion. In the Woolley house, there's calm. There's logic. David, armed with spreadsheets, receipts, and a meticulous plan, is likely mapping out the strategy with his legal team, protecting his family. Now, switch to the McMansion on the hill. Chaos reigns. The Kody pacing, sweating bullets, ranting, spinning excuses, blaming Christine, blaming the system, all the while knowing that every secret he's kept is on the verge of exposure. He understands that if this comes out, he doesn't just lose money. He risks his reputation, his standing, and perhaps even Robyn, because let's be honest, Robyn isn't staying if the money dries up. And this is the ultimate checkmate. Kody can't simply claim he's broke. Every lavish purchase, every luxury watch, every designer indulgence will be scrutinized. The forensic accountant is going to challenge him. You say you're broke, but you just bought a $40,000 watch. Your wife has a collection of figurines worth more than a car. Explain. It's financial poetic justice, and the beauty of it is, Kody built this trap himself. Had he simply been fair, equitable, and responsible toward his children, none of this would be happening. But his obsession with spoiling Robyn, his greed, and his manipulation of the family pot have led him to this precipice of reckoning. David Woolley isn't the villain in this story. He's the embodiment of karma coming full circle. Picture the scene, the Woolley household versus the Brown McMansion. In the Woolley house, there's calm. There's logic. David, armed with spreadsheets, receipts, and a meticulous plan, is likely mapping out the strategy with his legal team, protecting his family. Now, switch to the McMansion on the hill. Chaos reigns. The Kody pacing, sweating bullets, ranting, spinning excuses, blaming Christine, blaming the system, all the while knowing that every secret he's kept is on the verge of exposure. He understands that if this comes out, he doesn't just lose money. He risks his reputation, his standing, and perhaps even Robyn, because let's be honest, Robyn isn't staying if the money dries up. This investigation isn't just about numbers. It's a pivot point in the entire Sister Wives saga. 18 seasons of emotional abuse and manipulation are giving way to the season of financial reckoning, and David Woolley is leading the charge. The speculation that he's hired a private investigator to track Kody's movements, potentially monitoring visits to secret banks or clandestine business partners, adds another layer of cinematic intrigue. Picture it, a PI tailing Kody Brown. It sounds like a movie plot, but in this story, it's all too real and the stakes couldn't be higher. This is where justice, strategy, and sheer determination intersect. Kody has spent decades believing he could control the narrative, the family finances, and the fates of his wives. But now, he faces an opponent who doesn't flinch, doesn't get intimidated, and doesn't play by Kody's rules. David Woolley is not here to negotiate. He's here to expose, challenge, and demand accountability. And make no mistake, every move, every document, every hidden dollar is about to come under a laser-focused microscope. The McMansion may be grand, but the walls of secrecy Kody built are crumbling fast. And as this saga unfolds, one thing is clear. The power dynamics have shifted. The man who thought he could manipulate and control for decades is now facing a legal and financial reckoning that may leave him stripped of his empire and his illusions of invincibility. When you're dealing with high-net-worth individuals and complicated family finances, this is standard operating procedure. And don't be fooled, Kody and Robyn are living a lavish, high-net-worth lifestyle, even if they insist otherwise. David Woolley's demand for full financial accounting? That's just the first shot across the bow. It's his warning. I know what you did. I know about the secret accounts. I know about the money funneling. You have one chance to come clean for True Lie, or I expose everything. And that is why Kody is panicking. He is trapped, with no good options. If he settles, he admits guilt and loses part of his hidden fortune. If he fights, the courts could expose him entirely, and potentially cost him even more. The man who thought he could dismiss David as just Christine's rebound has seriously underestimated his new adversary. David isn't a placeholder. He's a boss, a businessman, and a man with the resources and willpower to hold Kody accountable. Here's where it gets even more complex. The leaks suggest Kody's secret bank account isn't just a single account. It's a network of shell accounts, a financial labyrinth. Money allegedly moves from LLCs to personal accounts, to trusts, to Robyn's business accounts, a maze designed to confuse, mislead, and conceal. But forensic accountants thrive in this world. They eat shell games for breakfast. They trace the flow of money even when Kody tries to hide it. And the fact that David is willing to fund this deep dive himself? That speaks volumes. This isn't for drama or spectacle. It's about justice, principle, and making sure True Lie gets what she's owed. The timing couldn't be more critical. With the new season of Sister Wives either filming or in post-production, these legal battles are likely unfolding in real time behind the scenes. Even if cameras don't capture private meetings, we will see the fallout on screen. Kody's stress, his changes in behavior, and the shifting power dynamic. Christine may hold the cards now, but David bought the deck. Then there's the Robyn factor. She's the primary beneficiary of the alleged embezzlement. She lives in luxury, wears designer clothes, and enjoys a lifestyle funded by the family pot. If David legally challenges these assets, Robyn's spending will be scrutinized in minute detail. Every swiped credit card, every purchase leaves a digital footprint, and the forensic accountants are following it all. Imagine her panic. Years of playing the victim suddenly mean nothing against ledgers and receipts. Numbers don't lie, and tears won't erase them. The stage is set. David has fired the opening salvo. The legal notice has been delivered. A forensic accountant is digging through a decade of murky finances. Kody's secret accounts are under threat of exposure. And the question on everyone's mind, what is Kody hiding? Is it just money? Or is it a larger, darker scheme? Proof he never intended fairness? Evidence that the family's patriarchal system was really just a funding mechanism for his midlife crisis? Now we climb higher into the jagged peaks of asset concealment and luxury hoarding. Where exactly is the money hiding? In plain sight. Hanging on walls. Sitting in driveways. Stacked in the basement of the Shira Chateau. Insiders suggest that family funds, money meant for Trulai and for household obligations like Coyote Pass, have been systematically converted into physical assets. And David's team allegedly knows exactly where to look. Take the art, for example. Fans and sleuths who analyze every frame of the Flagstaff episodes have noticed dozens of limited edition pieces by artists like Vladimir Kush adorning Robyn's walls. Each piece isn't a couple $100s, it's thousands, sometimes tens of thousands per piece. The walls are practically wallpapered in high-value art. The theory gaining traction. Kody and Robyn have been using art as a way to park money, effectively hiding liquid cash from the other wives. And David? He's allegedly sending in appraisers to catalog every single item. Every painting, every sculpture, every piece of luxury decor is now a potential legal liability. If it's proven these items were purchased with commingled family funds, they could be considered part of the assets available for Trulai's support or a demonstration that Kody could have paid more but chose not to. It doesn't stop at art. Jewelry and watches are under scrutiny too. Kody's luxury timepieces cost more than most people's cars, and Robyn's David Yurman collection is lavish beyond reason. Where did the money come from? Not from Robyn's own earnings. Likely, it came from the family pot, the same money that Christine and Janelle contributed, the same money that could have helped Isabel's surgery. David Woolley is exposing the hypocrisy, showing the stark contrast between Kody's claimed poverty and the lifestyle he indulges in at the expense of his children. Imagine Isabel in pain, needing urgent care, while Kody claims he can't help, but at the same time, he strolls into a jewelry store, dropping thousands of dollars on luxuries. That is the reality David Woolley is shining a forensic spotlight on, and Kody Brown may never recover from the exposure. But this isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. This is about moral bankruptcy, the kind that luxury, secrecy, and greed can never hide. And insiders have a jaw-dropping theory about the infamous boxes. We've all seen them, stacked in the garage, in hallways, everywhere in Robyn's house. For years, we assumed it was just Robyn's shopping addiction, endless piles of QVC items, clothes, and knickknacks. But what if it's something far more sinister? What if those boxes aren't junk at all, but another layer of asset concealment? Rumors suggest Kody has been stockpiling precious metals, gold, silver, collectibles, things of value that don't appear on a bank statement. If that's true, it explains why Kody is so paranoid about letting anyone into the house and why filming inside has practically ceased. This isn't hoarding, it's hiding the loot. And then there's the headline we all imagined: Robyn's shopping spree halted. When legal motions are filed, one of the first actions is often a freeze on assets, a status quo order.
No purchases.
No selling assets. No moving large sums of money. Picture Robyn at the Flagstaff Mall, arm full of decor, swiping her card, and it declines. Not because of credit, but because the accounts are frozen. The humiliation? Absolute. Delivery trucks have stopped. The mansion is eerily quiet. Robyn's coping mechanism, shopping, has been stripped away, replaced by fear, uncertainty, and legal threat. The tension in that house is suffocating. But here's where it gets truly explosive: the ghost gun business. Kody deals in firearms parts and accessories, an industry drenched in cash and susceptible to creative bookkeeping. Insiders suggest Kody has been writing off personal expenses as business costs for years: trucks, gas, meals, even parts of the house. But David Woolley? He understands LLCs, construction, and tax law. Piercing the corporate veil could reveal significant unreported income, and if any of that income was withheld from Truly, we are no longer talking about a civil matter. We're talking fraud, criminal implications, and potentially the IRS. And then comes the most satisfying yet shocking development for longtime viewers: Kody's panic attack. Sources claim that when Kody realized the scope of David's investigation, he physically collapsed. Not exaggeration. The man who prides himself on control, alpha status, and bravado completely crumbled. Reports described shortness of breath, chest pains, dizziness. Robyn allegedly wanted to call 911. Thankfully, it wasn't a heart attack, but a massive, debilitating panic attack triggered by stress and fear. Think about the psychology of Kody Brown. Narcissists thrive on control. They manipulate narratives, people, and resources to maintain their power. But David Woolley has stripped Kody of everything. Kody cannot control David. He cannot bully him. He cannot hide. And the result is a physiological and emotional breakdown: sleepless nights, pacing the McMansion at all hours, paranoia, thinking he's being watched, potentially true if a private investigator has been hired. The macho persona is gone, replaced by a terrified man aware the walls are closing in. And the dynamic between Kody and Robyn? It's fracturing. The protector has become the vulnerable, begging for reassurance. Kody is reportedly crying to Robyn, desperate for validation, but Robyn can't give it. She knows the forensic accountant is scrutinizing every expense, every purchase. Their shared terror is turning into blame. Why did you buy that painting? That Rolex? Why didn't you pay attention to the books? The house of cards is collapsing from within, and they are trapped inside it. Insider whispers suggest Kody's desperation escalated even further. He allegedly reached out to Christine directly, not to yell or blame, but to beg for a settlement. Imagine Kody Brown figuratively or literally on his knees, willing to offer whatever it takes to call off David, the lawyers, the investigation. I'll give you whatever you want. Just stop this. It's the ultimate humiliation, the absolute reversal of power. The man who tried to control everything is now at the mercy of the people he underestimated. This isn't just about spreadsheets or bank balances. It's about moral bankruptcy. Kody's desperation to stop the audit is the ultimate admission of guilt. If he had nothing to hide, he would have said, "Go ahead. Audit me. I'm clean." But instead, insiders claim he is frantic, terrified of what the numbers will reveal. The world might see that he wasn't just a bad husband. He stole from his own family to feed his ego and Robyn's insatiable shopping habit. The image of Kody begging Christine is symbolic of a complete reversal of power. For years, Christine begged for scraps of affection and fairness. Now Kody is on his knees, figuratively or literally, pleading for mercy. But Christine? She's moved on. Blocked him. She has a husband who protects her, and she doesn't need to answer Kody's manipulation anymore. And David? He isn't interested in settling for a temporary fix. He wants accountability, transparency, and the truth on the public record. This is driving Kody insane. Every desperate shout is met with another letter from a lawyer. And let's talk about the potential jail time angle. Is it realistic? Absolutely. If the forensic investigation uncovers tax fraud, asset concealment, or perjury, people go to prison for less. The IRS and federal agencies could step in. Kody, after a decade of creative accounting, could face serious legal consequences. David Woolley may be the whistleblower handing them the evidence on a silver platter. Kody's panic, the health scare, the crumbling marriage with Robyn, it's all symptoms of the disease of greed. He wanted it all: the mansion, the luxury, the control, while forcing other wives to fund it. Now the ATM has filed a police report, and with asset freezes in place, Kody is trapped, asset-rich but cash-poor, with mounting legal fees and no way to liquidate. The secret bank accounts add another layer of peril. Insiders say Kody has accounts in states he doesn't live in under LLCs or in obscure names. But forensic accountants have sophisticated tools to trace every transfer. A $5,000 move to Kody's consulting LLC? They'll find it. And if the money went to a Robyn vacation or gold coins, the game is over. There is no defense a judge will accept. Robyn isn't innocent either. She signed tax returns and benefited from the family funds. If Kody goes down, does she go down with him? Or does she throw him under the bus to save herself? Rumors suggest Robyn may already be consulting her own legal counsel, protecting herself as the McMansion collapses. This is Shakespearean tragedy in Flagstaff, with betrayal, greed, and panic all colliding. So, where does this leave us in the middle of the saga? We have physical evidence, art, watches, hoarded boxes. Legal mechanism, forensic audit, asset freeze. Human reaction, Kody's panic attack, desperate pleas, crumbling marriage. The walls of the McMansion are closing in. David Woolley is standing outside holding the deed, waiting for the law to catch up. Kody is trapped in a prison of his own making, surrounded by treasures he can't access, with a wife who's just as terrified, and a stepfather who knows exactly what's at stake. But this story doesn't end with panic attacks or asset discovery. The real question remains, how far will David go? Will he strip Kody of everything? Put the father of his stepdaughter on the street? And what about Kody's counterattack? Does he have dirt on David, or is he truly powerless? We're approaching the endgame. Production cameras were reportedly rolling during parts of this fallout. Can you imagine the footage? Kody sweating, refusing to film, kicking crew out. Robyn sobbing, trying to hide boxes from the cameras. This is going to be the most raw, vindictive season ever, and it all comes down to the math. The numbers don't lie, and Kody Brown is about to learn that the hard way. In the next and final part of this exclusive report, we'll break down the potential settlement likelihood of a public trial. Will David show mercy? Or is this vengeance? How Janelle and Meri might join a lawsuit. Could this become a class action ex-wife battle against the patriarch? You do not want to miss the conclusion. The fallout is going to be nuclear. We've arrived at the endgame, and Kody Brown may never recover. We've seen the legal notice. We've uncovered the rumored secret bank accounts. And we've watched as the patriarch of the Brown family teeters on the edge of collapse. But now, it all comes down to one question. The question that keeps Kody Brown awake at night and keeps all of us glued to the screen. Will David Woolley show mercy, or is he ready to completely destroy Kody Brown to ensure justice is served? This is the final chapter of a saga built on lies, manipulation, and greed. And if the rumors are true, this isn't just a lawsuit, it's an annihilation. Kody's empire is crumbling beneath him, and there's nowhere left to run. David Woolley is calm. He's loving. He's a grandfather. But kindness is not weakness. When someone steals from you, you don't just ask nicely for it back. You use the full power of the law to recover your assets and hold them accountable. Sources suggest that David gave Kody a chance. Whispers of a quiet, "Let's fix this for truly" conversation. And Kody? He scoffed. He thought he could bully David like he bullied the wives. That arrogance may have been his fatal mistake. Now the gloves are off. David isn't interested in a simple settlement. He wants precedent. He wants the world to see what Kody did, and the law to say definitively that it was wrong. Imagine Kody on the witness stand, under oath, cross-examined by a lawyer hired by David Woolley. Bank records, secret accounts, luxury spending while claiming no funds for his daughter. He would crumble. Gaslighting wouldn't work. Deflection wouldn't work. The humiliation would be total. And it doesn't stop there. The ex-wives may be forming a coalition. Janelle Brown knows the numbers. She was the family accountant before Robyn. She knows where the money went, the LLC structures, and how her own 401k funded Kody and Robyn's lifestyle. If she joins David, providing historical ledgers and receipts, Kody is finished. Meri Brown isn't far behind. The money she poured into the family business? The Lula money, the B&B money? If those funds were misused to buy Robyn's jewelry or pad Kody's lifestyle, she has legal claims too. Imagine a three-front war. Christine and David going after child support, Janelle going after estate and assets, and Meri seeking reimbursement. Kody can't fight this battle. He doesn't have the mental capacity or the liquid cash. And Robyn? Robyn has always feared poverty. She came into the family in debt and thrived in luxury. If the McMansion crumbles, the bank accounts freeze, and Kody faces fraud charges, Robyn isn't sticking around. She's likely to file for divorce, take what's left and run. The ultimate betrayal, but one consistent with her history of self-preservation. David Woolley isn't just suing Kody. He's dismantling the marriage. He's exposing the cracks, shattering the facade, and delivering poetic justice. Kody destroyed 3 marriages to be with Robyn. Now, those consequences come back to destroy him and his empire. The cameras are rolling. TLC producers must be salivating. The show isn't just about moving boxes anymore. It's a legal thriller. Kody refuses to film certain things, afraid the cameras will capture his panic, the process servers, the legal notices. But he needs the paycheck to fund his defense, a televised purgatory where every check fuels the machine documenting his downfall. David Woolley doesn't need the cameras. He is doing this for Christine. He has all the power. Kody? He's the villain caught in the act. And the IRS or federal authorities. If the forensic audit uncovers tax evasion or hidden assets, it's game over. Imagine agents seizing boxes, art, and valuables from the Flagstaff home, a reality TV series finale no one could script. David Woolley is the disruptor, the first person immune to Kody's gravitational pull. He sees Kody for what he is, a small man with bad hair, worse finances, and a crumbling empire. Mercy? David doesn't owe it. Kody has shown no remorse. He insulted Christine, neglected Truly, and lied to the world. Accountability is the only path forward. David's actions ensure Truly's future. If Kody must sell the mansion and move into a trailer, so be it. Justice will be served. And it also vindicates Christine, proving she was a financial pillar, not the spoiled princess Kody painted her as. Facts, figures, receipts, gaslighting ends here. The aftermath? Kody living modestly, divorced or trapped in a bitter marriage, reputation in tatters. The show pivots to Christine and Janelle rebuilding their lives. Kody? A king without a crown, sitting on a throne of debt. The real winners? Truly, Isabel, Gwen, the children cast aside, finally seeing justice. Financial security, protection, and proof that there are men like David Woolley who show up, protect, and don't steal from their families. So the life WTH the Browns, my prediction, the next season will be a bloodbath. Legal notices flying. Forensic accountants digging. Secret accounts exposed. Kody Brown facing a reckoning unlike anything reality TV has ever seen. Coyote Pass is burning. The investigation is the loose thread that unravels the entire sweater. Lies about the house, the finances, the protocols, they all come crashing down. And standing in the rubble holding the truth, David Woolley. Now, I want to hear from you. Should David settle, letting Kody keep some dignity, or go for the jugular, exposing every penny, even if it sends him to jail? Are you Team Mercy or Team Justice? Comment below. I read every one. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead with the most compelling Sister Wives theories and insider updates, hit like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell. We don't just recap the show. We reveal the reality behind the reality. Numbers don't lie, but Kody Brown does. And when the hammer finally falls, we'll be here to break it all down. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and keep your eyes on the bank accounts.